In a galaxy far away, the Galactic Council gathered in a grand hall made of shining crystals. Many different alien species filled the room, talking about Earth. The council members believed that humans were weak and primitive, unworthy of their respect. They had watched from afar, seeing humans as nothing more than a curious but outdated species. One day, an alien envoy named Zorak was sent to Earth. He was a tall, blue-skinned creature with large, curious eyes. Zorak had heard about the antique weapons humans used long ago and wanted to see them for himself. As he arrived on Earth, he was greeted by a young human curator named Maya. She was excited to show Zorak the wonders of her world. Maya led Zorak through a beautiful museum filled with artifacts from human history. There were ancient tools, paintings, and sculptures, all telling the story of humanity's struggle and progress. Zorak, however, was not impressed. He looked around with a sneer, convinced that these relics were merely old junk. Finally, they arrived at a dusty glass case. Inside was an old firearm, a weapon from a time when humanity was in conflict. The gun had a rusty barrel and wooden grip, showing its age. Zorak laughed out loud. "This? You call this a weapon? It looks like a toy." His laughter echoed in the museum, and Maya felt her cheeks flush with embarrassment. "This is not just any weapon," Maya replied, her voice steady despite Zorak's mockery. "This gun represents our fight for freedom. It helped us protect our homes and families. It is a symbol of our resilience." Zorak raised an eyebrow, unimpressed. "Resilience? It looks like it couldn't even shoot straight. Your people must be desperate to rely on such old technology." He turned away, dismissing Maya's words. The other aliens who accompanied Zorak chuckled, their laughter filling the air with a sense of superiority. They believed that their advanced weapons made them the ultimate power in the universe. Maya felt a fire ignite within her. She was determined to show them that humans were more than their outdated weapons. "Just wait," she thought. "You will see the true power of humanity." As they continued the tour, Maya couldn't shake off Zorak's mocking words. She began to think about the significance of the old gun. It wasn't just a piece of metal. It was part of their history, a reminder of how far they had come. It represented the struggles, the fights, and the victories of countless people who had faced great challenges. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. She tossed and turned, her mind racing with ideas. What if she could find a way to demonstrate the gun's true power? Maybe she could organize a show to prove to the aliens that humans were not to be underestimated. The more she thought, the more excited she became. The next day, Maya gathered a small group of her friends, each passionate about showcasing the spirit of humanity. They met in a dimly lit room in the museum, discussing plans for the demonstration. "We need to show them that this weapon has history and significance," Maya said, her eyes shining with determination. "We can't let them laugh at us any longer." As the group brainstormed ideas, they decided to set up a series of demonstrations. They would not only show the gun's capabilities, but also tell stories of the brave people who had used it in the past. They wanted the aliens to see the heart behind the weapon, not just its appearance. Maya felt a growing sense of purpose. She knew it would be a challenge, but she was ready to fight for humanity's honor. They worked late into the night, preparing for what they hoped would be a groundbreaking event. Little did they know, this was just the beginning. The real fight to change the minds of the Galactic Council was about to begin, and Maya was determined to lead the charge. The laughter that once rang out in the museum would soon turn to shock and awe as humanity prepared to show its true strength. After the visit from Zorak, the alien envoy, news spread quickly across the Galactic Council. Many members still laughed at the idea of humanity being a threat, especially after seeing their old weapon. However, not everyone shared the same opinion. Some council members began to worry that humans might surprise them. They debated whether to take action against Earth. One day, the council made a bold decision. They would challenge humanity to a contest to prove their superiority once and for all. Zorak, who was eager to show off, announced, "Let's see what Earth has to offer. We will test their best weapons against ours." The council agreed, thinking it would be an easy victory. Back on Earth, Maya was still filled with determination. She had gathered her friends and supporters after Zorak's visit. They were all eager to prove that humans could stand tall alongside the powerful alien races. However, as the news of the challenge spread, Maya realized they needed more than just passion. They needed a plan. Maya called a meeting at the museum with her friends. "We need to prepare for this challenge," she said, looking around at the worried faces. We have to show them that we can compete with their advanced technology. Her voice was steady, filled with hope. We should train, suggested Jake, one of her friends. If we can learn how to use the old gun properly, we might have a chance. The group agreed. They decided to practice every day, focusing on the old weapon. They believed that if they understood it fully, they could demonstrate its true potential. Maya and her friends found a nearby abandoned field where they could train without anyone watching. Day after day, they practiced loading the gun, aiming, and firing. They even studied the history of the weapon, learning about the brave soldiers who had fought with it. Each story inspired them more and filled them with pride. As they practiced, news of the challenge reached the wider public on Earth. People began to gather, cheering for Maya and her friends. They saw the demonstration as a chance to show the galaxy what humanity was capable of. The atmosphere was electric with excitement and hope. Maya felt a surge of determination. She was not just fighting for her friends, but for all of humanity. Meanwhile, on the other side of the galaxy, Zorak and the Council prepared for the contest. They gathered their most advanced weapons, proud of their technology. "These humans think they can compete with us," Zorak said to his fellow Council members. "They will soon learn that they are nothing but ants beneath our feet." The Council laughed, confident that their victory was guaranteed. As the contest day approached, Maya and her friends felt the pressure. They wanted to make a strong impression and change the Council's view of humans. They spent late nights practicing and discussing strategies, working tirelessly to get everything right. Finally, the day of the challenge arrived. The location was a large arena, filled with alien spectators. The Galactic Council sat in their seats, looking down on the arena with eager eyes. Maya and her team stood nervously at the edge, their hearts pounding. They felt small but also determined. Zorak stepped forward, his voice booming. "Welcome to the challenge between the Galactic Council and humanity. We will see if you can withstand the power of our technology." The crowd cheered, their excitement filling the air. Maya took a deep breath. She knew this was their moment. As Zorak presented the first round of the contest, Maya felt a mix of fear and hope. "We can do this," she whispered to her friends. They nodded, ready to fight for their place in the galaxy. As the first round began, Zorak demonstrated a powerful alien weapon. It fired bright beams of light, leaving the audience in awe. Maya watched closely, her mind racing. She knew they had to be ready for the next round. They had to show everyone that their old gun was more than just a relic. It was a symbol of their strength and spirit. Maya felt the weight of the challenge ahead. But deep down, she believed in humanity's resilience. This contest would not only test their skills, but also their hearts. The battle for respect was just beginning, and Maya was determined to show the galaxy that humanity was anything but weak. As the challenge continued, the atmosphere in the arena grew tense. The aliens were excited, ready to see their technology outshine the old human weapon. Meanwhile, Maya and her friends were nervous but determined. They knew they had to make a strong impression, and they were ready to show the Galactic Council the true spirit of humanity. However, behind the scenes, a small group of alien spectators began to feel uneasy. Among them was a young alien named Lyra. She belonged to a species known for their technological expertise and was a bright green creature with shimmering scales and intelligent eyes. Lyra had been watching the contest closely, and she could not shake off the feeling that humans were not as weak as the Council claimed. During a break in the contest, Lyra approached Maya. Maya was surprised to see an alien coming toward her, but she stood tall, ready to hear what Lyra had to say. "I am Lyra," the alien said, her voice soft yet firm. "I watched you practice with that old gun. I believe you can surprise the Council." Maya felt a rush of hope. "You think so?" she asked, curious about Lyra's intentions. "Yes," Lyra replied, "but you need more than just practice. Your gun is powerful, but it lacks advanced technology. I can help you upgrade it." Maya's eyes widened in surprise. "You want to help us?" "But why?" Lyra smiled. "I have seen how the Council treats you. They underestimate you. I want to show them that humanity has strength, even in old things. I believe in your spirit." Maya felt grateful but also nervous. "What do you have in mind?" "We can mix your old weapon with some of our technology," Lyra suggested. "With the right enhancements, it can become more powerful than you can imagine." Excited by the idea, Maya agreed. "Let's do it. But we need to be quick. The next round of the contest is coming soon." Lyra led Maya and her friends to a hidden workshop beneath the arena. The room was filled with strange tools and glowing devices. Maya felt a rush of adrenaline as they entered, her heart racing with possibilities. Lyra explained what they needed to do. We will reinforce the gun's structure and give it a new targeting system. It will be faster and more accurate. As they worked together, Maya felt a sense of teamwork growing. Lyra was brilliant, guiding them through the upgrades with confidence. The human team focused on their part, sharing stories of the old gun and the brave soldiers who had used it. They felt a deep connection to their history as they worked side by side with Lyra. Time passed quickly, and before they knew it, they had completed the upgrades. The old gun now looked more powerful, its surface gleaming with new technology. Maya held it in her hands, feeling a mix of pride and hope. "This is it! We're ready to show the council what we can do!" As they returned to the arena, Maya felt a surge of confidence. The audience was buzzing with anticipation, eager to see what the humans would bring next. Zorak stepped forward, a smug smile on his face. "Let's see if your antique can compete with our best weapon." Maya stepped up, her heart pounding, but she stood tall. "We are ready," she declared, her voice strong. The first round was nothing compared to what was about to happen. Zorak unleashed his advanced weapon, which fired dazzling beams, and the crowd cheered. Then it was time for Maya's turn. She lifted the upgraded gun, feeling the weight of her people's history in her hands. With a deep breath, Maya aimed carefully. As she pulled the trigger, the gun fired with a powerful blast. A brilliant arc of energy surged forward, hitting the target dead center. The crowd fell silent, stunned by the unexpected display of power. Zorak's smug expression faded, replaced by shock. Maya looked at her friends, who cheered loudly. Lyra stood beside them, smiling proudly. They had done it. They had shown the council that humanity could surprise even the most advanced alien technologies. As the dust settled, Maya knew they had crossed a significant line. They were no longer just participants in a contest. They had become a force to be reckoned with. The Galactic Council would have to rethink their views on humanity. Together with their new ally, they had begun to turn the tide. The challenge was far from over, and Maya was ready for whatever came next. The atmosphere in the arena was electric after Maya's powerful shot. The crowd was stunned into silence, and whispers spread quickly among the alien spectators. Many could hardly believe that a simple human weapon had matched the advanced technology of the Galactic Council. Zorak, however, was not ready to admit defeat. "Do not let this surprise you!" he shouted, regaining his composure. "Humans may have luck, but luck will not win the contest." He glanced at the other council members, who nodded in agreement, eager to show that the aliens still held the upper hand. The next round was about to begin, and Maya felt the weight of expectation on her shoulders. She looked at her friends, who were all filled with excitement and nerves. They had come so far, and now they had to push even harder. "We can do this!" Maya shouted, rallying her team. "We have to show them who we are!" The next alien weapon was unveiled, a massive laser cannon that towered over the arena. Its sleek design and glowing lights sent waves of awe through the crowd. Zorak grinned as he activated the cannon. "Prepare to see true power," he declared, firing a beam that lit up the arena like daylight. The energy blast shot across the field, demolishing a target in seconds. The audience erupted in cheers, but Maya remained focused. She knew they had to respond quickly. "It's our turn!" she called to her friends. They hurried back to their station, adrenaline coursing through their veins. Maya took her place, gripping the upgraded gun tightly. She felt the power coursing through it, a mix of human history and alien technology. "I won't let us down," she whispered to herself. As she aimed at the target, she remembered the stories of the soldiers who had used this gun long ago. Their bravery fueled her spirit. She steadied her breath, focusing on the target, and pulled the trigger. The gun fired, sending a wave of energy crashing into the target. The impact was massive, creating a bright explosion that echoed through the arena. The audience gasped, then erupted into cheers as the target crumbled. Maya could hardly believe it. They were holding their own against the powerful aliens. Zorak's smile faltered as he watched the destruction caused by the human weapon. "This is not over!" he shouted, his voice rising in anger. He gestured to the council members, who began to whisper among themselves, their confidence shaken. The next round was even more intense. Zorak called for a demonstration of strength, bringing forth a weapon that could create shockwaves. He aimed it directly at Maya's team, and with a loud bang, the ground shook. Dust and debris flew into the air, and many in the audience gasped. Maya's heart raced. She knew this was a critical moment. "Stay focused," she shouted to her friends. "We can't let fear stop us." She steadied herself, determined to show them that humanity could stand strong against any threat. As the dust settled, Zorak prepared to take another shot. But Maya had a plan. She whispered to her friends, "We can use the shockwaves to our advantage. When he fires, we'll aim where the shockwave will hit." They positioned themselves carefully, ready to take advantage of the blast. Zorak fired again, and the shockwave surged forward. Maya could feel the ground vibrating beneath her feet, but she stayed calm. "Now!" she yelled. With perfect timing, they fired their upgraded gun right at the shockwave. The blast combined with the shockwave, creating a powerful explosion that sent waves of energy crashing through the arena. The impact was so strong that it staggered Zorak, and the audience was left in awe. Cheers erupted from the crowd as Maya and her friends celebrated their success. They had not only survived, but thrived against the advanced technology of the Galactic Council. Zorak's expression turned dark. He knew they had underestimated humanity, and the Council would have to take this threat seriously. As the arena buzzed with excitement, Maya felt a surge of pride. They had fought valiantly, and their spirit shone bright. But the showdown was far from over. The Council was not ready to concede defeat, and they would return with even greater challenges. Maya and her team stood strong, ready to face whatever came next. They had already proven their worth, but now it was time to finish what they had started. The battle for respect and recognition had just begun, and Maya was determined to see it through to the end. The arena was filled with noise as the crowd buzzed with excitement. Maya and her friends stood tall, their hearts racing from the showdown with Zorak. They had faced the best the Galactic Council had to offer, and they had not only survived, they had triumphed. But the moment of victory was bittersweet, as they knew the Council would not easily let them win. Zorak stepped forward, his expression cold and calculating. "This is not the end," he announced, his voice echoing across the arena. "You may have impressed the audience, but we will not allow such disrespect to go unpunished." Maya's stomach twisted with anxiety, but she refused to back down. "We didn't come here to be disrespected. We came to show you who we are," she shouted, her voice steady despite the fear creeping in. The crowd cheered for Maya, and even some members of the Galactic Council looked intrigued. Zorak clenched his fists, clearly frustrated. "Your spirit is commendable, but it will not save you. We will hold another contest, one where the stakes are even higher." "What kind of contest?" Maya asked, her curiosity piqued. "A test of strategy," Zorak replied. "You will face our best tactical team. If you win, you may gain respect, but if you lose—" He paused, letting the tension build. "You will leave the Council's presence forever." Maya's heart raced at the thought of leaving. She looked at her friends, who shared her determination. "We accept your challenge," she said firmly. The Council members nodded, and the buzz in the arena shifted to anticipation. The contest would take place in 3 days. Maya and her friends knew they had to prepare, and they would need every bit of help they could get. Over the next few days, they trained harder than ever. Lyra, their alien ally, shared her knowledge of tactics and strategies from her people. They studied the Council's previous contests and learned from the best. Lyra's insights helped them develop plans and counter-strategies. Maya's team became close, sharing laughs and stories during their training sessions. They learned about each other's strengths and weaknesses. Becoming more than just teammates, they became friends. They knew that they were not just fighting for themselves, but for all of humanity. The day of the contest arrived, and the arena was packed with eager spectators. Maya felt the weight of their expectations. This was not just about winning, it was about proving humanity's worth to the galaxy. As the contest began, Maya faced off against Zorak's tactical team. The game was intense, filled with twists and turns. The aliens were skilled and quick, but Maya remembered everything they had practiced. They worked together, communicating silently as they moved their pieces across the board. The crowd watched in awe as the human team executed their strategies. Maya felt a surge of confidence. They were not just fighting for victory, they were fighting to show the Council that humanity could be a force for good. In the final moments of the contest, it all came down to one last move. Zorak's team made a bold play, but Maya saw an opening. "Now!" she shouted, and her friends moved in unison. With a swift and calculated move, they captured Zorak's key piece, turning the tide of the game. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Maya's heart soared. They had done it. As the dust settled, Zorak stood in shock, unable to comprehend the loss. The Galactic Council looked on, their expressions shifting from disbelief to respect. "Humans have shown great spirit and intelligence," one council member finally said. "You have proven yourselves worthy." Maya beamed with pride. They had come so far and their hard work had paid off. This was not just a victory, it was a new beginning. With the contest behind them, Maya and her friends were celebrated as heroes. They had shown the galaxy that humanity was not to be underestimated. The Galactic Council had finally recognized their strength, and it felt like a win for all of humanity. As they left the arena, Lyra stood beside Maya, her eyes shining with pride. "You did it." "You have changed everything," Lyra said. Maya smiled, her heart full. "We did it together. This is just the start. We will show everyone what humanity can achieve." The road ahead would not be easy, but they were ready to face whatever challenges came their way. Together, they would build bridges, not just between worlds, but among species. They had proven that through unity and determination, anything was possible. As they stepped into the future, Maya felt hope for all of humanity. They were no longer just a small planet lost in the vastness of space. They were part of something greater. And together they would create a new story, one filled with adventure, friendship, and endless possibilities.